I'm meteorologist Bill Murray. Here's your weather video for this Sunday, the 26th day of November. Hard to believe we're going to run out of the month. On Friday, 1st of December is dead ahead. Christmas just, 29 days away? That's hard to believe, folks. A little bit of rain showing up on the radars. I do this video around 12:30 on early Sunday morning, getting ready for a showery Sunday across Alabama in contrast to the nice weather we had yesterday. The radar now showing showers along the Gulf Coast there. Some other showers back over Arkansas and northern Louisiana. And some of those are going to be working their way into central and north Alabama as we go later into the day on your Sunday. Now, these are temperatures this morning. Looking like this, a little colder up over northwest Alabama. Sky's been clouding up overnight. Not everybody cloudy by the time you wake up, but it won't take very long. Generally, the overnight lows, though, in the 40s. Highs during the day on Sunday going to look like this. 50s over the Tennessee Valley, upper 50s in the I-20 corridor with some lower 60s over the southern part of the state. Here's how the rain is going to go today. Starting off at 6 a.m. using the HRRR showing showers entering western portions of Alabama there around 8:30, 9 o'clock, working their way across. Not very heavy, not very widespread, but most everybody will see a little bit of rain. Rainfall amounts going to be fairly light, though. Even if they increase like the HRRR is saying, here we are at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And running off there, let's go back and use the 04Z run here, showing that rain gradually moving out. This is by 2 o'clock. You can see most of it's east of I-65, and it continues to exit northeast Alabama there around 3 o'clock, and pretty much all the way into Georgia. A few showers showing up closer to the actual cool front right there over southern Tennessee back into northwestern Mississippi. Now, the upper pattern across North America looks like this. Early on this Sunday morning, we've got a big trough of low pressure over the Midwest. That's what's bringing this chance of showers to us today. You can see that rotates on through. A couple of spokes move through. And then the large upper low there over southern Canada begins to drift to the southeast over New England and intensifies. Troughing remains in effect over Alabama in the southeast. That means cool conditions to start the week. Some ridging tries to break in here over the Ohio Valley in the Midwest, but it's not going to have very much luck. Our next storm system is there getting organized by noon on Thursday over the desert southwest, the Four Corners region. This low-pressure area will be moving to the east, and that'll be our next storm system. You see the subtropical ridge beginning to build back there over the greater Antilles, parts of Cuba, Dominican Republic, and Haiti. And that's going to sort of provide some blocking for this next system. You see that first disturbance moves through, but the ridging is still there into Saturday. That's going to set up an interesting scenario where our air mass regime does not change very much. Next week, it's going to take this second system, a negatively tilted trough showing up there by Sunday night. That means a fairly rapid return of rain that moves through the Ohio Valley, and some big ridging, summertime-looking ridging, starting there over the west. But meanwhile, another persistent trough sets up over the eastern United States. This is the GFS. We're going to use that as our model of record for the video today, showing those showers to our west early on Sunday morning, moving into Alabama. Some snows moving through the Great Lakes. They've had some snows through the Midwest. Winter weather advisories in effect. You see most of that activity is out of Alabama by dark tonight, moving into Georgia and moving on out. A little colder tonight. Overnight lows tonight are going to drop into the 30s across the area. A few areas may see a little light freeze. And certainly some frost is possible too. But I think the one thing that will be in our favor is that on Sunday night, tonight, temperatures are going to be held back just a little bit because of some cloud cover. It's going to be Monday before we start clearing out. As we mid into Monday, we see dry weather across Alabama, high pressure centered there near the Red River Valley of northern Texas and southern Oklahoma. Monday is dry. Monday night, we have a fairly widespread freeze. Probably even more widespread Tuesday night, but expect some freezing conditions in most areas north and central Alabama by Tuesday morning, and again a widespread freeze there by Wednesday morning. That high pressure centered over northwestern Arkansas. Tuesday is dry, as we say. Temperatures on Monday can probably have a little bit of a time getting out of the 40s over the northern third of the state, maybe even the northern half of the state. I think I'm calling for 49 on Monday. So you're going to see some fairly cool temperatures. It'll continue to be cool on Tuesday. High temperatures only in the lower 50s, some upper 40s over North Alabama. As we get into Wednesday, we stay dry, begins to warm up a bit. So our winds begin to turn around to the south, allowing some warmer air to move in, but no real warm up there, middle upper 50s across the area. As we get into Thursday, we see our next storm system beginning to take shape. That system moving out of the desert southwest, return flow coming across Texas, Louisiana, and Arkansas. Subtropical ridge sort of protecting us there. And you can see it centered there off the South Atlantic coast. We get through all day Thursday dry, but showers and storms are moving closer to Alabama. This is Friday at 6 a.m. Low pressure there on the Arkansas-Missouri border. A very favorable position for severe weather, but the return of moisture is not going to be in place by the time the showers and thunderstorms move into Alabama. The GFS now looking like that activity gets into the northern part of the state there somewhere in the morning hours between 7 and 10 o'clock. And by then, the instability probably just not going to be there. We'll look at that in just a second. The low slows down because of that blocking centered near Cape Girardeau there by noon on Friday. Showers and thunderstorms fairly widespread, at least south of I-20, rain to the north. And it looks like a pretty good rain. Most of the rainfall amounts, we'll look at those in just a minute, but running about 1 to 2 inches. This is the European, showing the system a little slower on Friday. This was yesterday morning's 12Z run, and then a reinforcing shot coming in there on Saturday. Now that's going to be interesting to see if that develops. The GFS has not bought into that campaign, at least for the northern half of Alabama. It shows some showers over southern Alabama and high pressure beginning to build in, giving us dry weather by Sunday. As we move out into the week 2 voodoo period, showers and thunderstorms return late Sunday night into Monday. Another nice shot of rain. We'll take it. Looks like Tuesday and Wednesday of that second week will be dry. Wednesday, Thursday also dry. Friday, high pressure still in charge. We may get all the way till Sunday night the 10th before widespread rain and storms break out across Alabama. Now, the return of the instability is the critical component of the forecast for Friday. Whether we can potentially muster up any type of severe weather threat. Right now, it doesn't look like that. This is noon on the GFS, showing the stronger instability moving into areas south of Tuscaloosa, but the GFS at that point saying, hey, the precipitation's out of here. So, not linking up here, and that's good news for us because we don't really want any severe weather. These are rainfall amounts through next Saturday morning off the GFS, showing about 1 to 1.25 inches, some 1.5 inch amounts. Hopefully everybody gets in on the act here and picks up around an inch of rain. At least we certainly can use that. This is the National Hurricane Center 7-day graphical tropical weather outlook showing no tropical cyclones expected during the next 7 days. That gets us to the end of the season. Of course, that doesn't mean we can't have a storm outside of the season. We've had them before, December, January, literally every month of the year, but mostly we can stick a fork in it because it's done. The Atlantic hurricane season coming to an end, and it's been a busy one. Weather Brains, a weekly netcast that's all about weather. We're going to face off the folks from Ball State, the folks from Virginia Tech, 2 fine meteorology programs. We'll also be talking to author David Call, who has a great book out about the 1950 superstorm. It was the Great Appalachian Storm of Thanksgiving, 1950. It is by many, including Cosin and Mussolini, regarded to be the worst snowstorm, or I would say the most intense snowstorm in the Midwest. It affected us here in Alabama. A little bit of snow, certainly a lot of cold, and a lot of folks got cold weather. As a matter of fact, that 1950 November month, some places recorded their record all-time high in the month and their record all-time low for November in the very same month. So that'll be interesting. Join us for Weather Brains on Monday night, 7 o'clock, or later wherever you get your podcast. Well, that's your weather video for this 26th of November. I'll have notes on the blog, complete update of the forecast coming up at noon. We'll be tracking those showers as they move across Alabama. James will be back 2 days tomorrow. Scott will see you next Saturday. I'll see you Sunday. And until I get that opportunity, as I always tell you, keep an eye to the sky, because you're always going to have something fun to look at.